in this lesson, we're going to talk about special right triangles. The reason why they're called special right triangles is the patterns of their measurements are always true. And one type of special right triangle is a 45, 45, 90 right triangle, which means that one angle is 45 degrees, the other angle is 45 degrees, and that third angle is always a 90-degree angle. So whenever you have a 45, 45, 90 right triangle, this means that the legs are always the same. And we're going to label this actually with N. So this side and this side always have the same measure, no matter what, 45, 45, 90 right triangles. The two legs are always the same. And the hypotenuse, the side across from the 90-degree angle, is whatever the legs are times radical 2 every time. Okay? So 45, 45, 90 right triangles always look something like this, but instead of having an N, you just have a number. We'll see some examples here in a second. Another type of special right triangle is a 30, 60, 90 triangle, which means the little angle is 30 degrees, the next angle is 60 degrees, and then again there's always that right angle. Okay. In the 30, 60, 90 right triangle, the side order is kind of important. The side across from the 30, so if you go to the 30-degree angle, put your pencil on it and drag it across, that's kind of your main side. That's just going to be a number. Okay. To get your side across from the 60, we call it the long side. You go to the 60-degree angle and drag your pencil across. You take whatever the short side is, and you're going to multiply that by radical 3. And then to get the hypotenuse, you're going to go back to your short side. Take whatever that value is, and you're going to multiply it by 2. Okay. So those patterns, those measurements for those type of right triangles are always, always true. And today we're just going to kind of look at getting started with these and what you do when you're given your short side. In the next lesson, we're going to talk about what you do when you're not given your short side. It's a little different. So we look at these first set of examples. We're going to look at some 45, 45, 90 right triangles. We know it's a 45, 45, 90 because one angle is 45 and another angle is 90. That automatically means this other angle is going to be 45 degrees. Okay. So if you remember, if you look back at that diagram on the top of your paper, I'm going to redraw it. In a 45, 45, 90 right triangle, the legs are exactly the same. Okay. So here we have one of the legs, which is 9, which means the other leg is going to be 9. To get your hypotenuse, remember in that diagram, you're just taking whatever your leg is and you're multiplying it by radical 2. And it's actually really nice. You're not actually plugging that in and finding the value, whatever 9 times radical 2 is. Literally, all you have to do is just take whatever that leg is and you write radical 2 next to it. And whatever one leg is, so this leg is 9, the other leg is also going to be 9. Take whatever your leg is in a 45, 45, 90, and you write radical 2 next to it to get your hypotenuse. And that's it. Not a lot of calculating and math going on here. You just have to be able to look at that diagram and fill in the missing parts. Okay? And it's nice. You don't have to memorize these diagrams. You just need to reference them. You're going to be given the diagram on your So if we look at 2, 2 is the same thing. We know we have a 45, 45, 90 right triangle. One of the legs is 7. That means the other leg is also going to be 7. And then to get your hypotenuse, you just have to take whatever your leg value is, and you write radical 2 next to it. Done. And you just have to recognize what triangle you have, look at the diagram, use the diagram to fill in your missing pieces. You need to pause, go ahead and pause to get the info down, and then move on to the next set of examples. In this next section, we're going to take a look at 30, 60, 90 triangles. Okay? So in number 3, we have a 30, 60, 90 right triangle. So really important with these triangles, we always start with the side across from the 30. So you put your pencil on 30 degrees, drag it across. That's the side we want to start with. Okay? We're given 5. And reference that diagram on the top of your paper. I'm going to redraw it. We have 30, 60, 90. We'll make it so it looks like this diagram. This is actually all you need. And yours is already drawn, so you don't have to redraw this. You can just look at the 30, 60, 90 on the top of your paper. The side across from the 30 is your main side. The side across from your 60 is just whatever that is, with the radical 3 written next to it. And then you go to your 90, and you multiply whatever that side is by 2. Okay, so again, we know the side across from our 30 is 5. To get the side across from your 60, so this side right here, you literally just have to take 5 and write radical 3 next to it. All you have to do. And then to get your hypotenuse, the side across from your 90, you just multiply that short side by 2. So 2 times 5 is 10. So really, all you're doing is you're just taking the short side, so 5, and plugging it in for n in that diagram. So you plug in 5 in for n here, you get 5 radical 3. When you take 5 and plug it in for the hypotenuse, you get 2 times 5, which is 10. So these are just taking your short side and plugging it into your diagram. Same thing with the number 4. We have a 30, 60, 90 right triangle. Start at your 30, go across. That's the side we want to start with. We have 2. You're literally just taking 2 and plugging it in for n in that diagram. So the side across from the 60, when you plug in 2, you just get 2 radical 3. Keep whatever your short side is, and you write radical 3 next to it. To get the hypotenuse, the side across from the 90-degree angle, again, it's just going to be 2 times whatever your short side is. 2 times 2 is 4. In the next lesson, we're going to go over what to do when you're not given your short side. But in this lesson, you just take your short side, so we have 2, and you're just plugging it in for n in your diagram. So 2 is here, so that means if we plug 2 in for n, it's 2 radical 3. If we plug 2 in for n, it's 2 times 2, which is 4. And again, the next lesson we'll go over what to do when you're not given your short side first.